Fighting soldiers from the sky, fearless men who jump and die, men who mean just what they say.
Hello, and I'm your still life cynic, being cynical one frame at a time. Once in a blue moon, a movie comes along that you watch, and you honestly come out of it having absolutely nothing to say against it. Is Starship Troopers one of those movies? Well, of course it is. How can you take a movie based on a book that showed us all the glorious benefits of fascism and insult it in any way? Obviously, it's perfection at its most. Everything from the tongue-in-cheek comedy to the over-the-top gore and blood is done so well and so without apology that it ropes people like me in from the get-go. Well, the movie begins in the savage Klendathu system, a galaxy overrun by what appears to be mindless, bloodthirsty, gigantic fucking spiders that want nothing more to rip a human's face off. Klendathu is a planet bereft of any kind of culture, buildings, or vegetation. I didn't even see any water, come to think of it. This kind of presents the question, how did gigantic spiders evolve into some kind of civilization without essentials like food and water? For those of you actually asking that question, fuck you. You're obviously overthinking this movie. Klendathu also seems to have really bad weather all the time. It's pretty much a desert landscape with a continuous thunderstorm looming over it. You know, it's kind of like an ecologist's bane, I suppose. We see the titular Starship Troopers doing battle with the dreaded arachnids, as the movie calls them. Well, most of the troopers are fighting. There appears to be a group of reporters in the thick of the action talking about how Klendathu is a depraved shithole filled with mindless nightcrawlers. That is, until the man reporting is scooped up by aforementioned nightcrawler and is snapped in half in its jaws. Holy shit, I thought to myself. I totally didn't see this turn of events coming. And as our intrepid reporter is getting bisected by the vicious arachnid, begging his crew for help, the cameraman seems completely fascinated by this turn of events and just continues to film like nothing really that bad is happening. I guess seeing your own soldiers being murdered in horrible ways makes for good TV, I don't know. So the universe has been set up. You have the fascist regime of humans doing battle with the weird hive mind of pissed off spiders. As far as sci-fi premises go, you're pretty much striking gold here. You have your precocious main character in Johnny Rico, who is a high school student with the finest girl in school on his arm. However, she is destined to join the Galactic Navy, leaving Johnny a faggy civilian with no voting rights. In order to impress his girlfriend, Johnny suits up for battle and joins with the mobile infantry, trying to earn his citizenship through service. Or perhaps he's just trying to earn some pussy, who knows. Their friend Carl is also joining up. The role of Carl is filled by the predictably scrawny Doogie Howser, M.D. When they are all flushed out, Rico is placed in the mobile infantry, his love interest is placed as a pilot, and good old Doogie somehow falls ass backwards into a colonel position. After that, he tends to dress like Adolf Eichmann, and you kind of start to wonder if these writers have ever heard of subtlety. Rico is shipped off to boot camp where he meets his drill sergeant, who's pretty much the baddest bro around, and why do I say that? Well, he tends to break his own recruits' arms for no apparent reason, and when he's not doing that, he's stabbing them in the palms. Sounds reasonable to me. I was rather surprised to find Jake Busey playing one of the mobile infantry recruits, which made me chuckle because when this guy grins, I honestly don't know what is more frightening, the towering arachnid killing machine or Jake Busey. So Rico goes through basic training and then is sent to Klendathu with the rest of his platoon to do battle with the savages. This picks up from where the beginning left off. We see the reporter getting bisected once again because honestly seeing that once just wasn't cool enough. And the mobile infantry basically get pwned by their insectoid adversaries. I honestly forgot that these soldiers were trained at one point, because their main tactic when fighting these towering monstrosities was to run up to them and call them names while firing wildly, not even aiming, and then ask God for help when the fucking thing decides to sever their legs with its gigantic fucking jaws. Another popular tactic was to shit their pants and then run away when they realize the big fucking spiders can kill you at close range. So the infantry makes a full retreat in utter confusion, and then we cut to a scene where everyone seems to be completely baffled as to why they were totally crushed. I wish I were in the movie at this point so I could have said, hey, maybe next time we shouldn't just, march single file into the giant beast's fucking mouths, huh? After modulating their tactics a bit, the Federation decides it would be best if they conducted some intelligence gathering before they launched another attack. I kind of had to stop myself from rolling on the floor laughing at this point because the thought of intelligence gathering is one for faggots. So Doogie Howser comes up with the brilliant idea of attempting to capture what is known as a brain bug, so the Federation can know more about its enemy. Rico, after being sent a transmission from his high school sweetheart telling him that she would rather bang her co-pilot than him, joins with the Roughnecks, a group of what I'm assuming are elite infantry, and they head out to Planet P, which is another planet in the Klendathu system, to clean up some bug scum. When the platoon lands on the planet, a scout is instantly swept up by some flying thing, and the lieutenant quickly jumps into action. He takes up his sniper rifle, aims for the flying bug, and then shoots the men who it caught. Great display of leadership, Lieutenant. So the group continues until they stumble upon an outpost where all the soldiers have been turned into hamburger meat by the bugs. Upon further inspection, they notice that some of the corpses have huge gaping holes in their heads, which suggests that their brains have been sucked out. Aliens in search of human brains. They also stumble upon the general in charge, who in the midst of the attack took it upon himself to hide in a closet and cry like a little girl. The platoon is suddenly ambushed by an army of arachnids, and the lieutenant, having his legs ripped from his body, asks Rico to kill him, a request that Rico amply obliges. Thus, the leadership of the Roughnecks falls squarely upon Johnny Rico's shoulders, and only after 2 hours, the kid climbs fast. Unfortunately, the girl whom Johnny was banging in order to get back at his slutty high school girlfriend is killed in the engagement, and Jake Busey somehow survives. This universe is indeed a cruel one. After returning from the mission, Johnny reunites with his high school sweetheart, and they remember that they do indeed want to fuck each other, so they get back together. They set out on one final mission to capture the brain bug, and succeed in doing so. They are generally regarded as heroes, and Doogie Howser tells them how proud he is of them. Woot. Starship Troopers isn't Citizen Kane, and it isn't trying to be. It's violent, irreverent, funny, and entertaining. If you ask me, it's a fucking winner. I'm your still life cynic, being cynical one frame at a time.
StarshipTroopers3.net. This is Johnny Rico.